In this video, I'm going to show you how I made over this small DIY makeover bedroom. You'll see I've already started with a nice base canvas, so I've skipped a stage here, which is basically me painting the walls, which would be a bit boring for you. It's just a white 3 walls with 2 feature walls within the chimney. You'll see a little after here of what I set up afterwards. This is a makeover into a filming location, so a home office video setup, and it actually does really well for me now. So you'll see this room is about 12 foot by 14 foot, so an average sized room. I started with something simple. I gave it a mid-interest, so you'll see the room here is quite empty. There's a little side table there and 2 feature walls with the blue paint. Let's bring a sofa settee here. Because it's not the biggest room, I'm going to just sneak in a little futon sofa. This is from Amazon. I did a separate video about multiple sofas for you. And in that video, I explained how you can actually get a budget sofa. So this one's about £194 in the UK. I'll put links in the description to show you everything. It's got a nice velvety material. I just wanted something in the center which can either turn into a small bed, a sitting place, because what I can do is fold the back down and get my laptop and actually sit on top of this bed like a type of platform. So this gives us some versatility in a small room, because you can actually use one space in multiple ways. All I'm doing here is wiping away the marks. So because it's a velvet material, if you wipe it in a certain direction, you'll see that it gets rid of all those little marks. So now you do that and look at that. You've got a platform there now. You can easily sit on that. If you've got multiple paperwork or folders, you can lay them out on the sofa and it works quite well. So there's a few different varieties in this. However, I'm starting here at about £194, which is about $220-30, and that gives you an option there. Again, see, if you move and you put hands on there, you see how that kind of gives you your fingerprints, because the way the velvet type material flows. So it's very interesting. I find it interesting. I thought I'll show you that. So you can wipe it and it actually goes away. So that's sorted. What next? Well, let's get a couple of cushions on here. So you'll see I'm sticking with neutral colors here. We've got a grey sofa, nothing fancy. Couple of yellow highlight type sofas on the sofa. Pillows even, so that gives a bit of pop of color. So what's the color scheme here? We've got a green carpet, we've got a gray sofa, we're putting a bit of a light on there now. So on the right hand side I've put a light on, and just to give us a little bit of look on that. So looking along here, it's kind of just light from the window. We've got light from one source. I've added an extra pop light in the back there, just by the radiator. You can see a little light. It's giving a lot of shadows. It's very harsh lighting, but I want to give you an idea of how light can affect things. So there's a lamp now. This lamp is like a 5-tier option. It's the upper section is a lamp. The lower section has a shelving unit. Let's plug that in and turn that on and see what we've got there. So there's a little bit of extra lighting. We've got a little LED lamp in the bottom. Let's add a bit of greenery into here as well. So we've got a nice green plant and some red lighting there. So what we're going for is another lamp in the right hand side, a bit of orange tinge there. So we're basically playing with colors. There's a blank wall here. Let's do something here. Let's put a couple of little hexagon shelves, which will be actually quite nice. And we put a little bit of knickknacks on there, like just something to make it look exciting. What could be there? What do you think? We'll have a think about that. We'll come back to that. So as we're looking around the room, we need a nice, this is, interesting, dark wood shelving unit. So there's chimneys in the back here. There used to be like an inlay there. So right now, there we go. If I got a camera here and I'm doing a little film and we're talking, that would be okay. Obviously it's a little empty. Let's move things around a little bit. So I've got another light here just as an interim solution. So what I'm doing here is using portable lights just to see where I would place lights when I actually set this up entirely with proper soft boxes and with the locations to put those. So here you can see now there's a different angle. I've moved the camera around a bit. I've moved the sofa futon. I'm putting a little light behind me. Got a little bit of red lighting in the background. This is all creating atmosphere in this setup. So far we've got a sofa, we've got a couple of plants that bumps us up to about $300-400 range. We've got additional shelving here. So the 5-tier option shelf, there's about $80, and the lamp is about 50. So we're easily coming in under £500 mark now. So we've got additional little things there just to decorate the shelves, a bit of Mad Eye Moody, an old camera, and just thinking out how to lay out a shelf. So what you'll be surprised to know is when you come to this point, it actually takes a little bit of effort. You pile things onto a shelf. It needs to look pleasing and how well can that actually work. Okay, so we're going to go along the lines of 3-4 items per area and kind of see what looks nice. Couple of books to balance out the shelf. Maybe we'll put that under the lamp, maybe. We'll have a look. So yeah, okay, that's not too bad actually. So the top shelf, a little triangle, couple of books, an old Coca-Cola bottle, a couple of fidget spinners and a magnetic toy. Middle shelf not too heavily loaded, and the lower shelf we've got something there. This is something that you can play around with. As you do it, you'll see what works well, what feels nice, and it actually does look quite pleasing, and how this actually looks. So it's a quick inspiration type video for you today, just to give you an idea of what you could do if you wanted to set up a small room just for like a video setup. Hopefully you found this useful. I'll see you on the next video.